Chu Kai-pong, a 27-year-old Hong Kong citizen, has been sentenced to 14 months in prison for wearing a T-shirt with a protest slogan, marking the first conviction under the city's newly enacted Safeguarding National Security Ordinance based on Article 23 of the Basic Law. Chu Kai-pong was arrested on June 12, 2024, at an MTR station for wearing a T-shirt bearing the slogan "Liberate Hong Kong Revolution of Our Times" and a yellow mask with the letters FDNOL, an abbreviation for the phrase 5 demands not one less. These slogans were prominent during the 2019 protests against a proposed extradition bill between Hong Kong and mainland China. Chu was reportedly walking around the Shek Mun MTR station in Sha Tin. When approached by police, he refused to show his identity card. Consequently, he was charged under the Safeguarding National Security Ordinance with engaging in acts with seditious intent, loitering with intent, and failing to present identification upon request. On September 19, Chu was sentenced under Section 24 of the Safeguarding National Security Ordinance for doing with a seditious intent an act or acts that had a seditious intent. The court, presided by Chief Magistrate Victor So, found that Chu's actions were intended to reignite the ideas behind the 2019 protests and noted Chu's lack of remorse from a previous conviction for similar actions. Chu had been jailed for 3 months in a separate incident for wearing a T-shirt with the same slogan and possession of other offensive items. Hong Kong's massive 2019 pro-democracy protests were followed by a government crackdown. On June 30, 2020, the Chinese Communist regime imposed on Hong Kong the National Security Law, which criminalizes acts of secession, subversion, terrorism, and collusion with foreign forces, with penalties reaching life imprisonment for serious violations. In addition to the National Security Law, in March 2024 the Hong Kong government adopted the Safeguarding National Security Ordinance under Article 23 of the Basic Law to further enhance national security by addressing offences such as treason, sedition and the theft of state secrets. The law allows for closed-door trials and the detention of suspects for up to 16 days without formal charges. Additionally, organizations accused of collaborating with foreign forces can be banned from the city. Acts of sedition can be punished by up to 7 years in prison, or up to 10 years if conducted in collusion with an external force. According to Lo Gy, a young Hong Kong activist currently in exile in Taiwan, the conviction of Chu Kai-pong demonstrates the Hong Kong government's increasing repression of political expression. Lo told Radio Taiwan International, RTI, in an interview prior to Chu's sentencing that the crackdown on civil liberties is no longer limited to political activists but is gradually extending to ordinary citizens, stifling their freedoms. This trend reflects a broader pattern of tightening control over free speech and dissent in the city. Lo stated, quote, "The national security law was rarely used to target or prosecute ordinary citizens. The Hong Kong government has expanded the scope of national security crimes through Article 23, making all Hong Kong citizens victims under a climate of white terror," end quote. Lo said that all the people of Hong Kong know that displaying certain political slogans in public may lead to arrest and imprisonment. He compared Hong Kong to Tibet and Xinjiang, arguing that political expression in these areas can only be done through a method of self-sacrifice. He further argued that Victor So, the judge who tried the Chu Kai-pong case, is a collaborator of the Chinese Communist Party and the Hong Kong government. So was appointed by Hong Kong Chief Executive John Lee, himself a Beijing-installed loyalist. Lo claimed that Chu's sentencing is a way for the Hong Kong authorities to kill the chicken to scare the monkey, i.e. to punish an individual to intimidate the whole society. Fong Xiu-tin, Secretary-General of the Taiwan-based exile group Hong Kong Outlanders, told RTI, quote, "Hong Kong today is no longer a country governed by the rule of law as in the past, but a place where everything is prioritized according to the standards of love for the country and love for the Communist Party. Politics is given priority, and this is also the case in the courtroom," end quote. Fong said that the Hong Kong government wants to plant fear in people's minds, leading to inner self-censorship. Thank you for listening. If you want to read the original version of my article as well as notes and sources, please check my website linked in the video description below. If you found the content of this video interesting in spite of its lo-fi nature, please hit that precious like button. If not, press the hideous dislike button. I appreciate your feedback.